All right, so before we get into the next set of albums that have come out that we're going to talk about, do you guys watch battle rap?
Not really.
Not really, no.
No.
So I don't either, and obviously like you guys don't keep up to date with like people in shit too much, right? I don't either, right? And this is where it's just like certain times on TikTok, like TikTok be lit for certain things. Like there'd be funny shit on TikTok, but then I'll just catch like random shit that gets, you know what I mean, since my algorithms formed in certain ways. So I'll be getting random like battle rap clips. You know what I mean?
That's real random.
But fuck, they be going so fucking hard, and like I'm like, it's near the point where I'm like, do I want to start watching battle rap? Like it's like, and it's like, you know, so disrespectful. It's like they be in their face like this.
Yeah, and then nobody's gonna do nothing.
Put you in the ground, around town, like take you down. like, and the man's just like.
Yeah, you have to stay
You
straight face the whole time, and wait till it's your turn.
I think the most fucked up thing
You
is
ain't
that
gonna
like,
put me in the crowd. I'll stomp you around.
but the thing is like, what if you don't have a crazier bar than the other person that you're just sitting there taking the bars just like, fuck, I lost. Like I don't know bars that are.
Like, you have that whole time to hopefully come up with something a little bit better.
But not like, but I don't watch battle rap like that. But when it does come on, if it's nice enough, I will look at.
Yeah.
Like remember back like King of the Dot days, like I was into it. Like I mean, I wasn't like seriously into it, like nerdy wise into it. But if it was on, I'd definitely watch.
Yeah, because there was this like, because on TikTok you're able to like stitch videos, like you're able to like take someone's video and then kind of like attach it to your video. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then you'll be like,
say your comment,
say your piece or whatever, right? So it was like this girl. She'd be like, she was like, people that are into battle rap, like what's like your favorite, one of your favorite like bars or like pieces or whatever, and then it'll cut to like someone, and it just be like, and the man starts just going reciting like the thing, and it'll just be like he's typing to himself in his bedroom. I'm just like, shit, that bar was tough stuff.
I mean, these guys do know how to rap.
Like,
Still.
they do. They have bars.
Like, they're very creative.
And I'm just like, there's certain ones that I'm just like, he just said that to the man right in his face. Like, yo, like it's
no beat, no nothing.
No beat, straight. Nothing. It's just like straight. Yeah, just
you
straight.
Hear it too. It's
like, yo, makes me just want to be like. The whole time, like the whole time, like I'm just.
I think I would like to go see a rap. I would.
It would be tough.
I would go see a rap battle.
Oh my god!
He did that.
I would definitely be in attendance for one. I would definitely go.
It'd be tough
because you could hype it up, and then that guy would feel that energy. I feel like it's all energy too. You get the crowd into it. Everybody's like, oh.
All right, yo. Do you guys want to get into the little baby?
Right.
That came out a little while ago, no?
It's been like 2 months.
Ain't heard nothing about it since, have you? What's that tell you?
Interesting. You guys more? That's interesting. I never thought about that. Actually.
No, it's fucked up because
it's
fucked up because on the last pod that we had, I said, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, is it gonna be a jump album or is it gonna be mid? Like I said, a lot of rappers out there that have been doing their sophomore albums. The second one is not like, for example, Jack Harlow, Roddy Ricch. You know what I mean? Like. That sophomore part, especially with these new rappers,
there's so much pressure.
So much pressure. It's just like it's not. It's like, you know what I mean. That's why I had faith in him. It's a good album, but it doesn't hit as hard as mine.
It just sounds like the rest. It literally sounds like the rest, bro.
You did. I remember you did ask that, and then you actually, but then you also responded.
Yeah.
It can't flop. Do you remember you said that because of all the people invested, whatever, just because he's supposed to be
the next up, but
right.
Hey.
So that's what I'm saying. So now with all this, and you even saying that you haven't really heard much about it, do you have more to say? Because you
to me, it didn't reach my expectations of what I thought this little baby album.
But not even just like. You, just if you were to kind of broaden it to the industry or just the culture.
It's been quiet.
Because again, like you were saying in the last pod, you were like, this can't flop.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because of his status. Like, who he is supposed to be becoming, right? So
he did. I don't think he did. I think he didn't do too bad. I think he did. Well, we said we'll continue on. I'll say what he did. But
quiet.
No, I'm saying I'm saying on what
impact wise.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, impact wasn't as big as what I feel like it was gearing up to be for Lil Baby.
It was supposed to shake the industry in a sense. It was supposed to shake hip hop in a sense.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, okay, he's actually like here.
Establishing, kind of planting a flag in a sense. And it kind of.
Oh, it did for a little bit. That's 216,000 for.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
it was supposed to be projected, probably be more.
I would say maybe 253.
But still, like, that's not. I really think it's just more impact wise.
Yeah.
As opposed to
numbers wise, like, are people still talking about it? Are people still saying, "Yo, baby's next"? Nah, it's been quiet.
You know what I mean? Like,
very quiet.
That's where like and that's where it's like I haven't really thought about that. But you saying, "Yo, it's been quiet ever since." Yeah. It has been kind of quiet from the Lil Baby.
Yeah, it has been
since the album dropped. Like that's a very, very good point. So I don't know, like do you guys have any other like thoughts, Dimps? Like
here's the thing, it's not a bad Baby album. It's not a bad Baby album. But it's just not. I like his My Turn way better.
Yeah, and like his mixtapes were better.
Like cuts on here that I do like I don't like the song Hey. I don't like
Hey. His I was thinking Whoa, but Hey and Whoa kind of sound the same.
California Breeze I like. Not Finished, In a Minute, Waterfall Flow. Like the middle part is where I'm like, okay.
But there wasn't enough of
there wasn't that. There wasn't. Everything I like.
I feel like it kind of just stayed the same.
Like FR, like Back and Forth is okay.
I really like ESTG, and I thought that song would have been better, but it was okay.
His album's crazy.
ESTG is out. ESTG is.
He's great.
He might be.
He's nice. He
might take Lil Baby spots.
Yeah,
because he seems like he's out for revenge, bro. That man's vicious. But yeah, I don't know. It was all right for 23 tracks. It's
not on my top. It's not on my top.
It could have been a lot better for 23 tracks.
Definitely not on my top 10. Sorry, Lil Baby.
Good
songs though. There's songs I will go back to, like I said, like Shiesty Talking.
Yeah.
And again, like I don't have too much. This is where I lean on y'all being more connected and tapped in with the younger sound and younger music, because I feel like even this was an album where like Dimps, you were surprised that I was gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
Right. So
I knew you were going to for the pod.
But so that's why in that sense, like I don't really have much to offer, because again, like I don't really even know too much of his prior discography to kind of compare it to.
But I remember
but it was cool. Like you know what I mean? Like for what it was, like it was alright. It wasn't like a standout. Like it let me say this. It wasn't a project for me that made me be like,
oh, I need to look out for him more.
Okay. Yeah. Now he's really on my radar.
Yeah, and that's what it was supposed to do for that other ear of people.
That's what that don't have him on his radar. And that's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So that album was supposed to get get people like me on board.
Yes, at least that's what I believe it should have done.
And that
I agree.
And that's
he's been building the same fan base for a long time and expanding, and now he's at a certain point where it's like, all right, now you got to reach.
Yeah, and that's where like I even just connecting it back, like I think why you said the statement last pod about this can't flop because this needs to be, this is the project that's supposed to get him to that next level.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so yeah, that's
and it goes for the other ones that flopped as well. Like even like I referred back to Jack Harlow, Roddy Ricch, like both of their sophomore albums. Like even but we were in Mexico and I was like, I'm not saying he's like got next, but I'm saying he's that guy to have like the bangers and the that stuff like the beat. No, Jack Harlow.
Oh.
I was saying like he's that guy that's probably gonna be like the next up to have all those bangers, those hits. Like you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's gonna be on Kendrick or Cole level, nah. But even the second album, I like his second album. I get that low key.
You know what's funny though? Like I know you said like Kendrick or Cole, and even if you were to put Drake in that,
both their sophomore albums are hard.
Those three,
all three of them sophomore albums are great. All three,
all of them, yeah. No, and
that's
what I'm saying. They all three them as a trio. They all have that. They're all three of their second albums. All had that reach. So they showed they got net, like Take Care, Born Sinner, Pit to Pimp a Butterfly. Like all those are just as better as their first.
Yeah.
pieces.
So I guess what I was trying to ask or say is, if like Lil Baby or any of these guys, I'm trying to think of someone else that's kind of like on that level. Jid maybe, you know what I mean? That's like on that like coming up next. Like it seems like no one has taken that spot yet, or those spots.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Like the top three of the
like who's the top three of the game? Because it's like
there's no certified.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because again, like at the time when Cole, Kendrick, Drake came out, that would have been what 08, 09.
Yeah, 08.
Yeah.
Like around that time, right? But at that time, it's like we still had
Kanye,
like Blueprint 3, I think.
Yeah,
Kanye,
we had.
Like when did Blueprint 3 come out?
Blueprint 3
like high school. Like, I'm pretty sure
it came out 2009.
2000. So it was like around the same time.
2010, yeah.
So that's where it's just like at that. That's where it's like at that time we still had Kanye,
Eminem,
like these big heavy hitters, T.I., like these big heavy hitters making music. But then it's like when the young generation came in, it's like it started coming in, and it's like okay, these guys are gonna be up next. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like there's a group of people kind of coming up under them right now that's like, okay, these are going to be the ones to take it from like Kendrick and Drake and Cole did.
It might have seen, and that's the thing.
Think about the camps that they were coming from, too.
Yeah.
Drake was coming from Lil Wayne. He was pushing him.
That's true.
Cole's coming from
Hove, you know what I mean?
Kendrick, you could say Drake. You could say Drake.
You know what I mean? Eminem, that whole camp. So it's like
true. And that's what I'm saying. These younger generations don't have
not as much
because
the only one might be JID.
And that's what I'm saying. I would say their brands like Dreamville and
that's
Top Dog Entertainment and
but it's still not the same.
It's not. I'm saying it's not as I'm saying it's not as strong as
it isn't. And like maybe that it is. Maybe it's like what you said. Maybe it was because of like the Young Money affiliation, the Rockefeller affiliation.
And they pushed them.
Cole,
they made sure they got there.
The
Top Dog Entertainment, TDE.
Yeah,
Dr. Dre.
More Dr. Dre's of Interscope affiliation that kind of propelled those houses that really pushed them.
Open up doors.
Right? Because, like, it's just like I don't seem to see like a group, like a couple, even like a 2 or 3 rappers where I'm like, oh, they're going to be, they're making music as our big 3 are making music right now. Because Cole, Kendrick, and Drake are making music currently. Right? So it's like, oh, these guys are making music as our heavy hitters are making music, and it's like they're coming up.
Yeah, nobody is.
So it's like it's.
I wouldn't say there's a top 3, but I would say there was a bunch that
like
people
Khorie was supposed to be one. He hasn't dropped nothing since like that Lost Boys. Like he was supposed.
No, he dropped From a Bird's Eye View.
I don't remember that.
That's what I'm saying. His second album flopped too, and he actually came on record and said, "Yo, I actually listened to what was the first one? The Lost Boy. And then I listened to From a Bird's Eye View right after, and he's like, "Yo, my bad, guys. I'm gonna go back in the studio and do better on the next one." You know what I mean? Like at least like there's rappers out there that can acknowledge that they know that the sophomore hour was supposed to be better than the first one, and I can agree the Lost Boy is way better than From a Bird's Eye View.
See, that's how I forgot that he even dropped.
Because I'm saying the sophomore album for these upcoming rappers is always they're not strong as the first one.
I don't know what's going on. You're trying to do too much.
So like I know. I guess we kind of digressed. I guess from the little baby.
But it's okay. It's okay project.
So
you put it on shuffle because 23 tracks. So.
Yeah, it's interesting to. I guess it's just an interesting thing to think about in hip hop. Yeah. And about I guess that idea of mantle passing and the torch passing, and it's just like who really is next. Or who really is kind of gonna be like those
the next 3-headed snake in hip hop.
Yes, and not even just 3, or maybe if it's 4 or 5, or like
it should be more now.
Who's that like top grouping of where it's just like
those are the
they're
guys.
Untouchable. They're like you know what I mean?
Like and everything is being pushed into them. They're being
it's like I don't see that. So
and I feel like a lot of them have passed too. Like I would like X, Juice WRLD, like all those guys that could have been on the come up as well. Like you know what I mean? There's Pop Smoke.
Yeah. Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
I think Pop Smoke could.
He probably would have been one of the bigger ones.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for Lil Baby. You want to move into Metro Boomin?
Yeah.
You were Metro Boomin before Quavo and Takeoff?
I was going to just because I had that. I was going to segue into us talking about about his passing, but we can switch it up since we're not going to actually go deep into the actual passing. We can, if you want to talk about Infinity Links first and then do Metro Boomin after that. That's fine. That's no problem.
Yeah.
So okay. Well, we'll get into
Only Built for Infinity Links.
Yeah.
So long ass title, man.
I know, right?
Did you see their Drink Champs? They did that like 4 days before Takeoff passed.
I did.
Or it came out 4 days before.
Something like it came out 4 days before. They probably recorded it during the time, like just around the release. But
yeah.
Them talking about the song, the one where they sampled Fresh and So Clean, like they definitely got a lot of like nods and respects from other rappers. Obviously, because they're from Atlanta, like they got like they obviously got the Outkast nod because that's the Atlanta connect.
But it's also because they're nice.
And because of course. And then just even the title only built for Infinite Links, taking it from Raekwon's only built for Cuban Links.
They know about their
go. That's what I'm saying. They said they even reached out to Raekwon and was like, "Yo, like we love the title. Like we want this to be a top 4 album. Like, can you approve of this?" And gave them the go ahead. So even just hearing that kind of stuff was just like,
I respect the game.
Like they're very respected like in the game, like from the older heads in hip hop. And I remember you messaged me and you were like, "Yo, like." Did you listen to the Takeoff Quavo album? And I'm like, you're listening to that? I'm like, you're gonna hit that up? I'm surprised you did for the pod. And this is before he passed. I think it was before Takeoff passed.
Yeah, sure word.
Yeah,
I was doing research. Gotta do the homework, dog. Yeah.
Gotta do my homework.
And I remember, and it's funny because like I remember I was like, yeah, like it was whatever, it was cool.
Yeah.
And then once Takeoff passed, going back to it, you actually, and that's what I'm saying. My first listen, I've only listened to it once before you asked me. So even going back and listening to it a couple of times, I'm like, wow, that's actually a really good fucking album.
Yeah,
it's super fun, super like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trappy, like It was definitely an album where Takeoff actually got his moment because obviously there's joke. There's obviously that running joke where it goes back to the interview with Joe Budden.
I know exactly.
Does it look like what? Look like I've been out bad and bougie?
Yeah, no.
Does it look like I've been left out bad and bougie?
So Academics? What? That video?
Does it look like I've been left out bad and bougie?
Have you seen Academics break down that entire video?
No.
I will send you the link for that. It is so funny because he goes into Joe Budden's side of it because there's a pair. I'll speak on it briefly. There was a part where Academics was saying like, yo, like so Migos manager QC like saw Joe Budden, like, because she's like, Joe Budden likes to be a pretty boy. I had to go to this mall before the show and get his socks. Like, so he goes in to the mall to go to get his socks, and then QC and a bunch of like a whole bunch of other niggas like paged him in the store because of what he did to Lil Yachty, how he like paged him on, like, you know what I mean? So he goes, so they do the show and QC's in the back, and he's like, you can see QC just looking at him, and then he goes up because Academics didn't know at the time what happened, that Joe got pressed by them. Yeah. So QC came up to Joe while in front of all three of them. He's like, yo, remember what we spoke about, eh? And then Joe's like, whatever. Like, yeah, whatever, cool. Like, Joe doesn't care. No one knows what's going on. And then that shit happened. And then you can see, because Academics pauses the video and he's like, yo, you can see QC's face in the back. And he's like, he has a look like, bro. Like, because he's paused and he just has to look like, and then he's like, nigga, did I just not warn you about this? And like, he pulled that shit with the Migos. So I'll show you the video. It's actually so funny.
Someone like him, you don't threaten, bro, because he will do the opposite of what you tell him to do.
Yeah, honestly, just to push the boundary.
Yeah.
No, but like, it's funny because like, I'm glad. No, it's not funny. It's actually I'm happy because Quavo actually, like, I know obviously the Migos not being together, like they did it. One thing I will say about the Migos is that they did their split up very family like they did it.
They are family,
for sure. But I'm saying they didn't blast each other. They didn't do anything like that. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's between like them. I think it like Offset has his own business issues with like QC.
100 probably.
So that's why he just stepped away.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they did it very professionally as a family, which I think is fucking great. Yeah. And I'm glad that with this album, like, you see Quavo actually like give the nod to for Takeoff to have so much free space to actually get his shit off, because he did have
nephew, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Of course. And I'm glad that, like, you know what I mean, he had that moment before he passed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know we probably weren't gonna get another culture series, like another culture
or a solo Takeoff tape, which we had before.
Exactly.
Which people kind of ignored.
I didn't really like it.
You didn't like it?
No. But I do like him on this. Yeah. With Quavo actually, like, you know, being on with him, going back and forth. But I thought it was actually a super cool album. Yeah. I don't know if it's on my top 10, but it's definitely an album I enjoyed this year. It's super fun. Yeah. Super fun.
Yeah.
Agreed.
A lot of fun tracks on here, man.
What's your take on it, Brandon?
No, like you said, like I liked it. It was fun. One of something that I heard, I can't remember if it was from a TikTok, or I can't remember exactly like where I heard it, but they were just big. They were giving the Migos like their props, and like they were just kind of going back on, like, I don't want to say their history, because they obviously, like when they first came out, and just like, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like I went back and I started, like, I went to the like the Migos like essentials. like
they have tracks.
And like I forgot, I honestly like
that's one of their
so I was literally going back like Fight Night, obviously Bad and Bougie,
Versace.
That's when they
blew up.
There's a couple that I'm missing still. But there was just like a lot of songs that I was like, yo, I'm like, and it just brought me back to like when we were outside, like in like the height of
Pipe It Up,
clubbing.
Pipe It Up, yeah. We were
Handsome and Wealthy, Hannah Montana.
Like it just like, and it just really brought me back to like when we were really clubbing.
Yeah, that's when we were outside.
Like that was like when we were.
Look at my dab.
Outside, huh?
Look at my dab.
Yeah. We were outside when the Migos was popping, so like
really,
it was
like
lit,
outside.
And they always had a track for the summer.
Yeah, so it was like it just really brought me back to that point, like.
Yeah, good memories.
Going like because when I was listening to the album and then he passed, it made me go back to listen to that old stuff and be like, fuck, like these guys really had some bangers.
Yeah.
And like I kind of cut myself off, but I was saying like when I heard something, and it kind of like I like that I heard it because it kind of in a way increased like their importance, which I kind of liked. But the person was like. And maybe it was Drink Champs. I was tripping, and maybe it was Nori that said they were kind of like the modern day Jackson 5.
That is on Drink Champs.
It was Drink Champs, right? So maybe I did watch that video, but I'm pretty sure it was Nori that said that, and I was like, I'm like I never thought about that, and I was like that's a good comparison. Like if you think about
what group has been out,
and if you just think about like the style, the how they did their videos. You know what I mean? How they were more animated with their videos. How they came in with the
way they dressed.
The way they dressed in their videos. Like it was really and I was like, that's a really good
and their family, just like the Jacksons.
Right? So I was like, it was a really good comparison. And I was like, I never thought about it like that, but I was like, I liked that I heard it because it boosted their importance. Right? Because and again, like obviously, like, there's bigger stars that we can name bigger than the Migos. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying them as a group, like.
But them as a group, like, it's like, especially, like, when I went back and I saw the Essentials list, I was like, these guys fucking really had a run. Like, it's like, the run was really, like.
They birthed this whole new, like, sound and wave that you see. All these young dudes with dreads, it was them and Chief Keef.
No, it really was.
Migos and Chief Keef that brought in this whole generation of new people.
So, yeah, like, So that's really what I have to say about, like you said, it was fun, it was enjoyable, but it because like obviously he passed to like I was just kind of thinking about other things and just the Migos as a whole, going back to their just other things just outside of just this album. But yeah, I like the album, and like I said, I like Hotel Lobby. I know it was a single.
It's a good song though.
But I heard that song like really early. Like that song was on TikTok early, right before like it got really popular. So, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's a good album. I liked it.
Did you say what you needed to say about it?
Me, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll leave it off there for the Only Built for Infinity Links. Rest in peace. Take off again.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Honestly, man. Honestly.
Peace,
so I guess we could get into Metro Boomin.
Yep.
Came out Friday.
Yeah. So what do you guys think?
I will say this is one of the better. Like before I get into the album, this was one of the better rollouts of this year.
With the way he did like the
comic books with the rappers on it and like on his page.
He rolled out singles for each.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay,
do it like
okay,
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know what that was exactly.
For each artist. And that's the thing. Like I've never seen an artist like announce their features in comic like. Who's on the album every hour or every half an hour with comic book animation.
Tough.
So
page by page.
Who's on it.
That's tough still.
That was cool. I liked how they had the trailer for it was great.
The trailer was really good.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of like they kind of had me like a pick your side kind of thing. Like, are you the hero or are you the villain? Or guess who's the hero, guess who's the villain on the album through the features. So I thought that was pretty cool for hip hop and for Metro Boomin. Obviously he had that tragic accident with not about him but with his mom, his boss's mom.
Oh yes.
And I thought that I wasn't even gonna get a project from him so soon because his mom died this year.
Yeah.
So I didn't really expect to get something from him as his second project from him this year.
But honestly, you could tell how locked in he got.
This
project, you could really tell like he probably just got to another zone.
That's the thing. Like there's a thing. I didn't mind it. It's good. I still I think. The other not all heroes wear capes. I think that one has better songs than this one.
Okay.
I'm saying this one as a whole is better. Like the theme has, you know what I mean? It has all that. But I'm saying if I went into Not All Heroes Wear Capes, I could pick like 5 songs that I'm like, oh, that's fucking mega. Like that one has Space Cadet, bro. That was one of the hardest songs whenever that year came out.
Yeah, it was.
Bro, that, you know what I mean? So
which rollout's better, the Nas and 21?
Oh, the single of that?
Saying man's irrelevant and then making a track.
I would still say this.
Or this one.
I would still say this because I never actually... Well, I think that one is more surprising because it's like I did not expect them to make a song together.
I didn't expect them to make a song
not so especially so quickly. Like
and
maybe...
the song's good, you know.
It is good.
It is good.
It is good. And that's the thing. Like that's the thing that like is so crazy to me because I can't believe like that happened so quick. Like I'm starting to think that shit was probably already tucked from before that even happened.
It had to be.
Yeah.
So
unless 21 flew out to New York,
spoke to him personally and said, "Yo, you want to get in the stew?" Like
they got in the stew. That
had dinner,
day.
spoke about the comments. Said, "Yeah, you want to get in the stew?" Like let's make a quick track. But no, like this album, like it is good.
It's enjoyable. I like it.
I've only listened to it twice, but I'm gonna go back. Yeah, I've only listened to it twice. Once was literally the second time was literally like 2 hours before I got here because I wanted to make sure I heard it again. Hold on, let me just see the song list here.
This is a really good album to me.
I know you liked it because I remember the first day that you were like, "Yo, this album's fucking crazy."
Yeah.
The songs that stood out to me, Superhero with Around Me, Creepin', Niagara Falls, Walk 'Em Down, and I think that's about it. And so I do like Feel the Fire with Take. I do like that song. That song is good.
Feel the Fire with Takeoff? Yeah. Takeoff snapped. And A$AP Rocky.
Yes, I like how yes. I didn't actually no. I'll actually take off Creepin'. I didn't like how he sampled that song. The I don't want to know if you're playing me. Keep it all like. I didn't like that. There's some songs you don't touch
because of the way the Weeknd sang it.
Yeah, he does sound good singing it, but just like I just didn't think that was whatever.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh, we're on the Weeknd song now.
Yeah.
I don't know why I kind of zoned up for it, and I didn't because I was looking over the notes.
You like that song?
Notes for the show. No, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like how he took that song. I was like, leave it alone.
It's like he sang it too hard.
People are snapping.
Well, that song.
Maybe because they never heard the original.
The original, and it's actually
These
sad.
young kids are nuts.
It's actually sad. It's actually sad.
When I say, like they're like, yo, what the Weeknd did with that sample, yo, he killed that. Like they're like,
not really though. I've heard Weeknd do better shit.
Same.
Like Hurricane. Like, can we talk about that on Donda? Like that's a good fucking. Or even Fuck My Life on Pablo.
Even that. Fuck my life up. That's
what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, this song's whatever, and I didn't like how he did. Like, yeah, if the older heads were like, oh, I like what the Weeknd did on this sample. Like, I can't.
I like the way they did.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. They shouldn't have touched this.
They shouldn't have touched.
They shouldn't have touched
songs
this.
You don't touch.
Nah, I'm with you. They shouldn't have touched that still.
Nah, don't touch.
Because I love that instrumental.
Yeah.
And I'm like they're acting like Weeknd bodied.
He didn't body. The more I listen to that track, I end up skipping it more and more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
nah.
All right, that's cool.
That's probably honestly the one track I probably skip. But overall, I do like this album. Standouts to me.
It was like I will say, sorry before you go in, it was really well put together. The roll.
That's what I'm saying. From start to finish, it's really good. Don Toliver, underrated in my opinion.
He is underrated.
He had a really good album. It's a really good album. Clean from start to finish for me. Metro Boomin did his thing, production wise, beat wise.
No, production wise and beat wise, I agree.
It's really, really good. This is the type of 21 Savage I like to hear. This is the 21 Savage I really like. This is probably the main reason why I like this album is because of 21 Savage and him. Like Metro just knows how to get the best out of 21.
That like where was that on Her Loss?
Yeah. Look at their projects together. Like he knows how to do it. Like.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That might be actually my biggest takeaway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, because he was on a lot of tracks on this.
And he niced it.
And he niced every one of them.
Man. Yeah. Like he did better. Like his
the
verse on
verse,
Creepin' is good.
It's good.
Yes.
Yes.
Like if it was just that verse, that would have been fine.
Yes.